Hello guys, so our team is presenting a topic about electric bikes, how they are made and are they good for our society or not. So we were in the Canada place right here as you can see. So we thought why not to ride a bike ourselves. So my teammate Manpreet is riding the bike right now and we will ask his experience about the bike. Did he like it and what are his opinion about the electric bikes right now? Hey Manpreet.
Hello.
What's your experience right now about the bike?
Yeah, it's very excellent. I like to ride the bicycle very most. In India, I used to go to my college on the bicycle. I think it is most energy efficient equipment or the transportation mode we can say that not only saves the energy but also is good for the fitness of the person as well. And there is no pollution as well.
So do you think we should prefer electric bikes in our daily lives?
Well, this is my second time that I'm riding the bicycle, the battery operated bicycle in Canada. So I think it is the best mode of transportation here in Canada if you want to go alone, if you want to visit some places, so it's good.
So we rented the bike as we know. So do you think that the price is worth renting it?
Yeah, I think renting system here in Canada is most worth it. Like we today came in the Canada place, so we rented it for $22 and it's not much expensive for now. It's for 1 hour and I like it. Yeah, that's it.
So yeah, we can recommend that we can choose electric bikes over any other mode of transportation. In our daily lives we can see in the SkyTrain or the roads that people use their bikes to get to the station, and after that they just took their bike on the bus or the SkyTrain with them.
Bafang is perhaps the biggest name in electric bicycle parts, and if you've ridden a number of e-bikes, then there's a pretty good chance that you've used Bafang parts and not even realized it. They make everything from e-bike batteries to controllers and displays, but they're probably best known for their motors. I got to take a look behind the curtain to see how the e-bike sausage is made, so to speak, and it's a pretty interesting process. Now, both hub motors and mid-drive motors start with similar internals, where employees hand-assemble the rotors and stators with strong magnets and wound coils of copper. Each of the components is built and staged for the next step in the assembly process. While hub motors are a dime a dozen, mid-drive motors that place the motor down in the bottom bracket area of the bike are more complicated and they're usually more expensive as well. German companies like Bosch and Brose get a lot of the attention in the industry, but Bafang's mid-drives are usually found on e-bikes with price tags that are more attractive to the average consumer. To build their mid-drive motors, Bafang employees start with the empty shell that will house all of the motor and drive components. Employees begin by installing each component into the motor case on an assembly line. This process starts with the motor's rotor and stator, which are bolted into position. Next, the unit is passed down the line to the controller station, where the electronic speed controller is installed. After the controller is installed, the nylon gears are installed. These gears reduce the higher speed motor shaft output down to a more reasonable pedaling speed. Once these components are installed, an initial check is performed on the controller to ensure that it is functioning properly within the motor drive unit. If everything looks good, then the motor heads down the line to have the outer case cover bolted onto the unit, sealing the motor and the rest of the goodies inside. The sealed motors then undergo a full loading test to ensure that all of the components are working properly under simulated road use conditions. Once the motor checks out, it gets its quality check sticker applied and then moves down the line to be serialized, where a laser etches in the motor's serial number and it's recorded into Bafang's system. At that point, the motor has graduated and is ready for the real world, where it will be packed up and shipped off to one of hundreds of companies that build e-bikes using Bafang's parts. While motors and drive units get most of the attention, other components like displays and throttles are also critical parts of an e-bike. In another part of the factory, these components are hand-assembled by skilled workers. This is done in a clean room, and I actually had to put on booties and an overcoat before stepping in. Close by, the controllers we saw earlier are prepared by hand as well. Each piece is inspected, tested, and assembled into its subcomponent before being trolleyed over to the next station, where it will become just a single piece in a larger component or system.
So guys, if we talk about the components of our bike, so we all have rided the bike as we were kids. So when we see this bike, this is the same bike. The only difference is the lithium-ion battery here. So this battery is rechargeable and it's quite durable too. Like when we asked the person, the owner of the bike, the renting house, they told me that it usually lasts for 3 to 5 years, and the battery life is for like 10 hours. That's really long. So we can say that we can spend our 2 days or 2 or 3 days riding this bike, and after the battery is low, we can just pedal the bike and walk through. If we talk about other components, there are some electric components too, but if we talk about its in environmental impact or recyclability, so most of the bike is made of the stainless steel. There is some use of plastics here and here, but we can say that it's really good than other transportation methods in the society.
Yeah, so we have this gears here where we can increase the volume of the gear.
Can you just show the gear right here? So this is the speedometer. We have to just like start this cycle for a second. Yeah, so now it starts. We choose the speed of the cycle by just pressing these. There are 3 speed modes in the cycle, and yeah, it can go really fast. You can't even imagine how fast this cycle is. So guys, that's all about the presentation. Thank you.
बड़ा तगड़ा इंटरव्यू लिया था सारे